attempt to make the public better able to participate in meetings being held in public interest. For OIP, please. Ms. Park?
Hi.
Thank you so much for your 14 pages of testimony about this bill. Did your staff, Ms. Brooks, share the bill with you that we sent 3 weeks ago?
After she had talked to you, yes. And what she was asked by your staff at that time was not to comment on the bill itself, but simply to say if it was going to have a fiscal impact on OIP. So I did not talk to her about her response before she talked to your staff. Since then, we have been able to look at the bill carefully to analyze what effects it would have on not just OIP, but on the various boards and the Sunshine Law itself.
You realize that that there are so many disparate boards and commissions that it's difficult to accommodate the needs of all of them, which is why we would have loved to have worked with you about changes prior to this hearing. But we appreciate all of the amendments that you offered, but I want to make sure, are you aware that Honolulu City Council is currently holding in-person meetings and live streaming and recording and posting online?
Well, they have the staff to do so, but as you said, there are all kinds of different boards. Some of them have no staff. Board members, for the most part, are volunteers, and many of them have to rely, if they can at all, on the agency's staff to help them out.
Okay, so
they don't all have.
It is possible that one person with a cell phone or an iPad and a YouTube or Facebook account can fulfill the obligation of recording and posting online any meetings. There's no longer an entire army of IT required to fulfill that responsibility.
Part of the reason why when we supported the changes to the law last year, the remote meeting provisions, we thought about the digital divide, because even if it might be easy for most people that I know to do so, there are still people who are out in parts of Hawaii that don't have good broadband access. There are also people who don't have smartphones or the technical ability and skills. They sit on boards. They want to attend hearings. They want to do it in person because they don't know how to do it online.
That's a very Oahu-centric opinion, since people from neighbor islands need to have technology in order to be able to participate.
Well, I'm not sure how it is out in certain parts of like Hana or what. I guess maybe they are really well connected, but there are still going to be people that are unable to do so. So that's why we thought let's give it a chance. Eventually, hopefully, with the greater access to broadband, and as people get more and more used to this law, it'll happen. That's what we would like to see. So it's convenient for everybody. But there are going to be some people, and that's why we're concerned about everyone. Not just the people who have the technology or the skills to participate in remote meetings.
Thank you. We are still interested in getting agenda items and people to be able to comment, as Sandy Ma testified, that allowing testimony only at the beginning is highly problematic when changes are made during discussion. Is there any way that you can see that we could do testimony between discussion and decision-making on agenda items so that when changes are proposed, people can comment?
It's really, I think it's up to the boards to be able to control and manage their agenda. And you know, many times if you do have some kind of new draft, at least in the legislature, you have a new hearing. So it could take place at another hearing, but I'm not sure, you know, it's up to you guys. I'm just pointing out some of the concerns because, you know, like you said, there are all kinds of boards that we are we work with, but there's also members of the public that we work with. So we're just pointing out the pros and the cons, especially with respect to that.
Thank you
that
very much. We
provision.
want to try to bring our boards and commissions out of the dark ages and into the technological modern era.
Okay,
And that's an effort.
no,
Thanks.
no.